Welcome to Planet Pert, where you could get in free, but you gotta be a G. And like a Newport short in a Louisiana parish jail, I ain't got no filter.
Yes,
I will.
Yes.
That's
true. I do too. And the girl with the powers.
11, man. Her name is 11. If you're gonna talk about 11,
Why talk about my boy Drake?
Cause Drake's a fucking loser, man. Like,
can we talk about what he did this time?
What do you have against
Come
Canadians?
on, we might as well. We on time. We on schedule to go ahead.
Go there, man.
Let's go ahead and transition to the music industry.
So we already know how I feel about Kanye, right?
And then the Trump thing, so that can take another hour, so we ain't gonna touch it.
Fuck him. I'm not even going there.
But
we know where I'm going with that is we all know how I feel about that, and I still think Drake is giving us some false narrative, based off Pusha T's latest testimony of basically.
Man, first off,
two things we're gonna talk about here. Two things I want to hit on. Are there rules and beef?
There
right.
You go.
That's number one.
Let's answer that.
And number two. Did 40 really fucking give up the Jews, man?
Right. So
no one will ever know.
Are there rules? Are there rules and beef? Yeah, because I don't think no one will ever. It's gonna always be a report of it that he really did
rules
it.
And beef?
Is it rules and beef? P.
No.
P.
No.
P is the rules and beef. Trey.
First off,
Trey is the rules and beef.
Man, ain't a motherfucker control my pen since birth,
right.
son.
Well, what's up, P? me personally, I say no too. I say then mine's real quick. And I say just like my boy CT said, like if I push you and you shoot me, I can't blame you. I don't know how my impact on you. I can't determine my impact, right? So I can't say, okay, yeah, I said something about Trey's wife, and then he went off on me like I said somebody's kids or something.
True.
Well, he might have taken that mark more powerful than something else.
And beef kids get kidnapped though. Like,
whatever. No,
but I'm just saying, like lyrical sparring. Like,
right. If I push you, you punch me. If I stab you, you shoot me. I can't get mad at your reaction to what I do. So, with that being said,
I heard Drake's
what's
interview.
your take on that?
I mean, my take on hip hop. I got it, Trey. Because my take on hip, we'll go around circle, man. My take on hip hop and beef, man, is like easy. I'm gonna go back to Easy, bro. I go back to Easy Dre.
Okay.
Like the gloves were off.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Easy with the Jerry Curl doing the Running Man, which was really Ezel in the Dre video. Like, bro, these were like best friends, man. Ice Cube, no Vaseline. There's been more disrespectful stuff than what he said.
Disrespectful or personal? Because that NWA talk about
personal.
Dead cousins and brothers? Anything?
It is personal. Well,
I'm saying, did they go that far?
No, it didn't have to go that far though.
But that's what this is about.
Why did it have to go that far?
No, what I'm saying, that's what this is about. Like the rules and beef.
Because
is it going?
Where's
the line?
40 and 40's MS. This is why I believe Pusha T, because this is why I go back into that and believe in Pusha T, because it's just like, okay, I didn't know 40 had MS. Where did that news come from? So when Pusha's saying some little bitch gave up the jewels, like, cause he's sitting there pillow talking with the hoe, bro. That's where all the information came from. Did you know 40 had MS before he came out with that shit? Did you know Pusha T put out the diss on National MS Day? Like, this dude's strategic, man. This wasn't just some old. Go back and check the records on that. It's like, look at the information that we actually have. Do I think there's rules and beef? No, that's like we're battle rapping and you hit me below the belt. I'm like, ooh.
Well, bringing up battle rap. I mean, bringing up battle rap, because that's what he mentioned on the video in the interview. He was like, I study battle rap for a living, and I'm like, well, two things about that. A lot of people don't like pay attention that much, but sometimes there's certain things in the contract in the battle. It says if you mention this, all bets are off. Or like people. There's been battles in which someone said something about his kid and he went off and hit him in the middle of the battle. So they're like, you can't say that there's no. But to me, it comes down to two different things, right? There's battles that a company might sponsor, like the bit URLs, and they'll pay you for that.
Right.
That's a contract. You know what I mean? Like, you can have stipulations in a contract when you're paid for it.
That's fine.
But if I meet you on the street and say, let's battle it out.
Yeah.
I'm going after everything.
Exactly.
I'll punch you right in the jugular.
Exactly. So it's like, I think if Pusha T and Drake were battling, that's one thing. But this is like,
but he wasn't mad about the kid. He wasn't mad about it. No. He was mad about 40. But
it's not about kids. No. Period. It's about the line. Where is the line? That's the point. It's not about the kids.
There is no line because if you listen to Pusha when he was talking about the CEO mad because you outshine something with the it was a bar that he put on that song that goes over everybody's head. Now when you listen to the interview and you go back and listen to that bar now, it punches you in the fucking throat because he was saying he told you niggas who told him. So Drake sitting up here basically putting on for a man that was slandering him to begin with. Pillow talk.
Was it slander or was it the truth?
I knew.
It doesn't matter being the truth. It's still slander if you're going behind my back and telling some random bitch that you fucking about me, bro.
But if it's true, it's not slander.
I think Drake was just butthurt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's just bottom line. And I think
was he hurt because he couldn't say what he wanted to say and Jay Prince made him stop?
I think his ghostwriter got choked up and couldn't respond.
Quentin had nothing. He's still waiting on the text message from Quentin.
And I think his ghostwriter was like, I got nothing.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh shit.
You're on your own on this one, and
hold up.
Now the reason I asked that is though because like when I said when he was in that interview he was like I took it to a level in which I researched certain things and I was ready about to come out and then
that man wrote checks.
They told me
remember y'all saw
he wrote checks.
Y'all saw Straight Outta Compton, right? When when Q went at No Vaseline, which in my opinion the best diss track ever.
Right.
It has.
But that's because Cube is one of the best writers.
Yeah, that's the best diss track ever.
Ghostwriter too.
I didn't feel it.
Anyways, remember when Jerry was like, he can't call me a Jew or we're going to take him to court. Yeah. And Eazy-E was like,
nah, man.
This is how we do it in the street.
Eat that.
Yeah.
And then he went in and made his track.
But Cube won that whole.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But he still responded like he was supposed to respond.
Cube is not in my top 5, which we'll get to that later. But that is, my opinion, the best diss track ever.
Okay.
I knew that 40 had MS.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Like, you know,
go ahead.
But there's a lot of people who knew he had a kid too.
No, I fucked.
I didn't know already. No, I did already.
Drake, man.
I knew he had the kid with Frenchie Rosebud because she had the little.
No, she was out there.
I don't think that's surprising though. I just think they tried to make a big deal at the fact that he didn't put them all over Instagram and put them all over that.
I think today I was listening to the Pusha T
because they didn't say he wasn't.
And dude was seriously like he was spilling the tea, man. And it was very, very interesting because Drake was like, he did 2 freestyles, if you remember, where he was just running out. And on that second one where he did it overseas, where he was over there fake Jamaican. Right. And I hate when he does the fake Jamaican. But when he was fake Jamaican and like he was saying that he has all the tea and he's ready to spill, I do believe that he was paying 6 figures for any information from anybody from Pusha T. I think Pusha T being the person who we know for a fact went against the United States government, very, very similar to Jay Prince, where we just say, oh, you won?
Right.
You knew you were guilty? They knew you were guilty? And you got off on that? So, like, Pusha T's in a whole different class to where his integrity has never been questioned by me. Like, I don't believe that he moved as many birds as he says.
Nobody has.
But like, honestly, if you're really listening to him, and if you take it from a writer's edge, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, similes and metaphors and hidden subliminals and all that stuff. Like, the pen is sick, dude. So when you're telling me that I'm sitting there and you got something against me that you gotta say, man. I've heard Eminem say a lot worse than 666. That boy is 666.
Yeah, he made fun of Christopher Reeve.
True,
man.
Yes,
while that boy was alive,
plenty of times.
But I don't think he was
just once.
And Christopher Reeve didn't do shit. He's Superman.
Shit to him.
And so
what was he supposed to come out with a diss record?
What was he supposed to do?
What was he supposed to do? Man. What did you expect the guy to do?
He made fun of Versace getting shot.
He didn't. Yeah, somebody shot me, and I was just checking
the mail.
Get it?
Yeah,
checking the mail. Like
get it? Check it? No.
There's no.
So like, I don't think that it is.
No rules.
I don't think it's that, right? So like, if you're saying that you're gonna say some shit about me, and we're gonna sit there and over bars. I'm going to go back and forth, then everything is on there, man. It's just like how you said, No Vaseline set the tone, dude, because that was a breakup of a super group, if you really remember it.
Yeah, but
and
I was
like,
mad
there
at
was,
Ice Cube, too.
But no, there was money involved, and like that dude, instead of, like, there was some shit on, like, off-screen and on-screen that went down, but in the end, he put because he was writing all the rhymes for MWA anyway, he showed them why they still needed him, and he put it out there, put out the testament that is no Vaseline. But let me just tell you, after hearing about Pusha T today, right?
Yep.
After hearing how it was 40, because I do believe it was 40.
Oh,
man.
definitely.
And there's been a lot of times I've said some things I shouldn't have said post-coital. And so I will say he did sell him out, probably not knowing that girl was gonna flip, right?
Well, what it is. Like remember,
we seen
they was cool. So is it selling it out if you think before they even beef? No.
We seen a man lose his basketball team.
No.
Pillow talking. We seen a man lose his basketball team over fucking.
Oh yeah. No, Clippers.
But y'all continue.
Clippers.
You're
talking about
when they were talking about LeBron's mom.
No. Aren't you the basketball team? You're talking about the Clippers, right?
Yes.
The guy. Yeah. No, I get that.
But continue.
No. What I'm saying is like when they say
Sterling, right?
Yeah, Sterling. But my question is this though: like when you're saying he pillow talking, he gave his information. I'm like, well, at the same time, like even Drake said it, we were cool. He helped him out with his album. So was it really like he even expressed some secret, some personal stuff to the man and got some advice? So if we're saying, I got the information from such and such, well, at the time that he gave him that information, was it beef? Was it betraying him, or was it just him?
I don't even want to speculate.
I want you to tune in and actually listen to the interview, D, because if you actually go back and listen to that interview, you're gonna find out a couple of things, which is the songs that Drake dissed, Two Birds, One Stone, and some other songs that he dissed Push on. Kanye actually had a hand in some of that.
All right, so
let's helping Drake or writing for Drake.
Let's not speculate
for Drake.
Yeah. I have a question.
Let's not speculate anymore. All right, let's just say facts of what we know, right?
Oh, this is facts, though.
So no, like let's just state it out for the audience and for the room, right?
Right.
These are things that we know about this beat that is coming back once again. All right. One, ever since the days of Clips and like Young Cash Money, and I don't mean Young Money, but I'm talking about Cash Money back when it was something totally different. Okay. They've been beefing since back then, right? Because Drake was signed to Young Money, which, was part of Wayne's thing. And so he inherited beef from the Clips and decided to put his name into the ring because he wanted to. Because back then, Drake used to be that dude who used to say things as the young guy. And you'd be like, huh? First name ever, last name greatest? What are you talking about, dude? You got Eminem on the track. You know what I mean? But he was at that hunger, right? It was a long time before Drake was actually taken serious because even back then we were like, man, that dude's soft. But like now we got the Pusha T and inherited beef, right? So then Drake, because he's the guy who wants to drop down 2 birds, 1 stone and all these different things. He kept it going, right? And so he brought as the spotlight came to Drake, that's when he brought the beef to him, right? It was no longer because Wayne wasn't putting out anything, Birdman wasn't putting out anything, and so then Pusha came back, started talking about their contracts, the business of Young Money, the things that everybody now know is true.
We already knew that anyway.
But he put it out there. He put it out there on the track. I mean, it's all been on wax. Let's just talk facts, right. And so now with this latest summer stuff, right? We found out between both interviews some very key facts. One, that Scorpion album wasn't the Scorpion album that we got. That Scorpion album was mainly crooning, some rapping, but it was 60% done. And all the hot tracks, the ones that are now videos, came from this Ye business, right? So he got his inspiration from Ye, just like Ye got his inspiration from him. What Pusha T did in his interview, which I thought was very, very interesting, was not that, Drake took the inspiration and did all this other stuff. It was the fact that he's never changed. He wasn't trying to be over in Wyoming with everybody. They already know, don't put me on the same track. But what I did not know was that Kanye has been, I guess, a bystander. I don't say innocent either way.
A fucking snake to both sides, man.
Both sides.
He's been playing both sides.
Because and this is where it's at. This is the track.
How? Yes, no, explain that.
The reason why I say he's been a snake to both sides is simply because if Drake actually helped work on some of Pusha's fucking songs on his album. Think about that.
I would know that.
Drake said it.
Oh
yeah. This was
I'm saying
in an 8-minute clip. Did you watch the shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, for y'all. Okay. Well, yeah. So he said it. He basically was like, "Yeah, I helped work on some of the shit for Push and da da da. I didn't know what I was working on, but
exactly.
And then on the flip side of that, like I just told you, he did some shit when Drake was dissing Push. Like Ye was in it. Like Ye was a part of that shit too, bro. So he's been playing both sides of the field for a long ass time, bro.
He was in the sunken place because of the medication.
I don't want to hear that shit, man. He's still, man. I don't want to hear that, bro.
Don't get him started on Kanye. Don't get him started.
I'll punch him in his fucking
Here's
face.
my question. I'm getting off this Kanye because I know he'll go on for till 12.
I'm not talking about
anyways,
fucking faggot, man.
Why does beside Meek Mill, and this is not my dislike for Drake. Y'all all know he's my favorite artist, but why does he keep getting his beats when he keeps getting bodied?
Why does he keep getting beats?
Because he won the first couple. Man, Push been playing with him for a long time, and they've been back and forth. But the thing is, because he won the Meek Mill thing, right? He came out of there.
But Meek Mill is Meek Mill.
And he throw a jab at Jay. Jay throw a jab back at him. He threw a jab at Jay. Jay throw a jab back at him because Jay wasn't even in the business of trying.
Ain't worried about him.
Jay's never in the business of trying to murder these rappers. Like when 50 was trying to push him, when Budden was trying to push him, he never really went at him, bro. This is the reason. This is the reason why, like Jay-Z top 5 for me, right? And the reason why Jay-Z's top 5 for me because he never really went. He did a little Nas shit for a minute, then he kind of faded out. Like yeah, whatever. Yeah, you can.
He started the Nas shit though.
Understandable.
Did he ever write anything down?
Understandable. Like my some of my favorite people in beef, besides my all-time favorite rapper, like some of my favorite people in beef actually didn't involve themselves into beef. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like from a top 5 perspective, bro. Like. I go Jay, Pac, of course. Master P, because Master P was another one of the people, and I know, I told you it's going to piss you off. Rick Ross.
I respect him.
Eazy-E. Those are my top 5. And when I say top 5, I'm not talking top 5 lyricists in the fucking world. I'm talking if I could listen to 5 people catalog for the rest of my life, that's the only music that I can listen to. Those 5 people is what I would listen to every fucking day if I can.
Everybody
like back to back,
all right.
back to back, back to back.
It took 3 episodes for us finally to state the top 5. So where are we at, Pat?
All right, I'm gonna give reasons for mine, but not long reasons. Don't worry.
Oh, I can go. Let me get into that,
baby.
Go ahead.
Right.
Cut me short.
All right. Oh,
no, everybody knows you love Pac.
I didn't even get to. No, I mean, well, Pac we already know because you already told y'all, man. It's Pac, God. Then family, man. You already know. Like, that's just...
that's how you feel.
That's the way I feel. I mean, that's the way I feel, man. Put this shit on my...
Feel the way you feel. Just make sure I get an invite to the next barbecue.
So the reason I fuck with Master P is the same reason. Like, Master P actually taught me a lot coming up, not having a certified father figure, being in the streets, like the whole get in, get out. Yeah. Like, he taught me not to be a felon out here, bro. Like, and I know people like, oh, well, P just said this, and P didn't really know how to rap, but like, it's the energy that he brought that why I fuck with Master P like that. I grew up on Eazy-E, so I grew up on the street side of things, bro.
Okay.
And I grew up on the reason when we talk about No Vaseline, I'm like, whatever. It was the greatest diss track ever, but I didn't really like it at the time because I was a big NWA fan, and I just couldn't jump into that wave. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I got to pick sides now. This is the reason why the Pac Big thing went on. Did you know Pimp C, the reason he didn't want to mess with Jay-Z is because he was so deep into Pac that he didn't want to fuck with nobody that Pac didn't like. And Bun came and sprinkled that on everybody. But that's one of the reasons why he didn't want to. Matter of fact, no, Too Short sprinkled that on that shit that you tagged me in.
Yeah.
And yes, but that was the reason. You know, that was the reason why we kind of went into that, man. Rick Ross just has a great catalog, bro. I don't have to skip his albums when I listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go from A to Z. Yeah. I'm just talking me in general. I can go from A to Z. I was listening to God Forgives and I Don't today, And
there's only so many cars I want to hear about.
Yeah, but he raps about more than that, man. And I think it's the D-boy lifestyle that kind of influences me as well. And Hov is just Hov, man. Like Hov is, he's a mogul, and he's been making dope shit since fucking Reasonable Doubt, man. Go ahead, Pat.
All right, my top 5 and my 5th is actually a newer favorite is Royce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've always been a fan of Royce, but not one of my favorites. I think he's improving with age.
Okay.
And his storytelling is I have not heard a rapper that can storytell like that man.
Absolutely.
On this last album, that was incredible. I'm like,
no, he's good.
Of course, I got my Biggie.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Meth.
East Coast Bang.
Yeah.
Meth. And my top 2 tied is Nas and Eminem. And
Okay.
I think my thing about Eminem is we relate a lot because that the whole alcoholism.
I'll talk about it.
And white boy
Talk about
growing up minorities, and
you were hanging out with us.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, and
examples.
I actually like Eminem better as a feature artist.
Yeah.
But beside Recovery, and a lot of people didn't like Recovery. Recovery hits close to home to me because of that album. Just it hits me.
Okay.
Right.
But his featured, he's to me he's one of the best featured artists ever.
Caterpillar was one of those where it showed
Showed that because
even
Forever,
Royce, right, and Royce even had that Good versus Evil.
Yeah,
like that was one where I was like, man, M still got it.
Yeah,
man.
well, even Forever, that song sucked until M came on.
Absolutely,
that song was awful until he came on.
That makes sense to me why you like Recovery, and we talked about that either last week or the week before.
Yeah,
but
the reason why I disliked why I disliked the Marshall Mathers LP. The reason why. He played the fucking victim, but he insulted every fucking buddy.
Everybody.
It's like, how are you going to play a victim and insult Christopher Reeve? It's like you're sitting here saying, leave me alone while I'm taking a shit in the bathroom, but poor old guy doesn't have any fucking legs. I mean...
Yeah. No,
and it's just to me, it was like...
I love that, though.
I did too.
I'm dark.
Eminem Show was probably my favorite album, just because...
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's your one?
I told you, Ty and Nas.
Okay, you said between those two.
The reason why I like Nas so much because I'm not educated at all, and that motherfucker can drop a history lesson in music.
That is true. No,
Trey, top 5, Trey.
Mine are easy. The first one is wow, I just went blank on that one. I'll just tell you straight up. Hov is the end all be all for me.
Okay.
Like Pert, just trying to figure out life through hip hop. That dude taught me that one. It wasn't even about. The thing about me with artists in general is that because I tried to do it, like when you hear those legends like Jay-Z never wrote anything down, or they know that he never wrote anything down.
Mm-hmm.
It was like things like that where you go, wow, like Biggie, of course. Because Biggie is the one that made me embrace my bigness, and real talk, dude. When that dude said I'm
fat, black, and nasty,
ugly as ever, man. I started telling women I was Big Papa, so it helped me because that's how it goes. Method Man, because I always he was my definition of cool growing up, man. Like not even like the cool, like my boy Carl was the guy who kept me in hip hop, like really was like that guy who always made sure I had the tapes and everything. Right. And so he's the person who put on the Wu-Tang Clan to me, and it was like as soon as Meth came on, like I was there, like something like energized me. Like it's not the RZA, it's not any of them, but like when Meth comes on that track, I know Meth is coming on that track, and I still want to be him. Like still to this day, I want to be that dude. I don't want to go too East Coast, so I'll just be real, man. I love Snoop Dogg. I love even No Limit Snoop Dogg. I even rock that motherfucker. Okay. And so, like, anybody who's not talking about Snoop Dogg, man, like, you're not really listening, because that dude can flow about anything. And how many was that? That was 3? That was 4? Man,
It's harder than you think.
It's not, because like I know why. Every single person that says why they love somebody, I know why I don't. And that's what it brings me over to Black Thought, right? So Black Thought, yeah, he's from Philly, and I rep PA like nobody. Okay. But like that dude can write, man. Like he can write with anybody on everybody's level, and he can write over jazz beats. He can ride a jazz band and still rhyme. And then he's so grimy with it as an ex-D boy that he's now on a staple television show, and that charisma that comes off, he's good. And let me just tell you, if you don't know anything about him, there's a cover of him doing Eric B and Rakim. Oh, that dude. It sounded just like the
top. I feel like y'all naming your top lyricists. Maybe y'all. That's what y'all.
No, it's not my top listens.
Okay, those are the
they
ones
may be into lyrics.
Because, like, let me just tell you, like...
You may not be.
No, my lyrical bag is way different than my top 5 everyday bag.
But that's maybe his everyday, though.
I'm talking top 5 every day, because those are 5 artists that you can listen to every day.
No, like Jay, I even listen to the Budweiser song of Jay.
I'm asking you that. That's a question. Those are you name you can listen to.
Like, lyricists, man, this is going to sound funny, yo, but I think that the coldest lyricist that is in musicdom, that is not recognized, y'all gonna hate me for it. Jack Johnson.
Who the fuck is that?
Jack Johnson is this ex-surfer. wait. Jack Johnson is this ex-surfer who hung out with Ben Harper, right? Ben Harper is this black bluesy guy, right?
Okay.
But Jack Johnson is this ex-surfer, and every single thing that he plays sounds like something that you would hear at a beach. It's like very, very light, right? Like he even did the soundtrack to Curious George. That's like how away from the life this man is. But he's the only guy I know who has all the rhymes of hip hop, right? But he can tell you something so deep within a 2-minute song that you're just like, wow. And it was only when I heard somebody did a mashup of Jack Johnson with Pac, and they went back and forth, and I was like, holy crap. This dude, who would be part of a fair somewhere, like I've actually seen him in Jazz Fest in New Orleans, and like this Jazz Fest dude like was rhyming like white surfer, dude. And so like I didn't even realize it, and so that's what I think is the best lyricist out here. There's a whole bunch of other different lyricists, but there's no more lyricists now in hip hop.
That's false.
I disagree.
That's false.
They're just not on the mainstream.
You want to know why I say that?
Go ahead.
Who's out here who's completely... Besides our other brother from H-Town who's starting to get that buzz, who just did his BET Cypher.
Okay. Toby.
Okay.
Besides him, right?
Arguably.
Yeah.
I say the best lyricist out of Houston.
I don't want to mess up his last name, so if somebody wants to drop it, just put it out there. But besides him, there's nobody.
I think it's Win.
Is Win?
Yeah.
Right now,
it's an African name, but
yeah, it's
you should know
NW.
Half African.
Once he did the
there's no such thing as half, nigga. I'm mixed with black and blacker. Like,
no, but like nobody's really trying to put out. Who's out there going out there? Who's going on the ledge? Who's being Lil Wayne?
2.0.
And I don't mean a copy of Lil Wayne, but who's being Lil Wayne?
We think Royce is a hell of a lyricist.
But he's part of the old school, so he can bar it up with any of us because we all had to go through that.
I don't like Kendrick is a lyricist, bro.
Yeah, no, he's a copy of somebody else too. Who's bringing the real? Who's the most unique?
Even Toby sounds like Dre though. He reminds me of 3 Stacks. That's why I like him so much.
I do like him because
he reminds me of 3 Stacks, but like not even trying to emulate. But he said it's his favorite rapper, so I understand that. Too Short told us that a long time ago. You're gonna whoever influenced you.
Absolutely.
Look at Kobe, who he balled like.
He balled like MJ.
we gonna say Kobe don't ball because he balled like MJ? I'm like, no, Nick, Kobe still ball.
LeBron balls like MJ
and Magic and Kobe and everybody else. That's why, don't stop there.
Everybody that you can find on YouTube, he has figured out.
No, man, it's facts though. It's facts. I'm not making it up because I'm a big Bron fan.
Hear his top 5.
He didn't. He said he didn't really have them, but go ahead. Just,
well, I mean, what I said what I said was that my top 5 changes. Like I tried to do it like when we first talked about we're gonna do a top 5 today. Then I did it like on the way here, and I'm like, dang, that's 2 different times. That's like before I got paid versus after I got paid.
Just talk your top 5 that'll piss Pert off.
I don't know if it'll piss anybody off, but mine, like I don't know, 'cause like I said, I've never been a big music head. I was never like a rapper or into that, so mine is most pure entertainment. So let me see. I would say funny one, Luda.
Got you. No, that's absolutely no.
Luda.
He was this bro.
Luda.
No, he's so
Luda
on my fucking ride over here.
Luda.
He was in my shit. Like
some of his old stuff, like
I got the whole catalog.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
but
I mean, I can listen to his and either laugh, man. I can jam. I like
he's a lyricist, man.
Wayne.
Yeah.
I put Wayne in mine. I'm gonna go new school and say Kendrick.
Okay. Which Kendrick though?
His whole catalog.
No, because like
we're talking catalog though.
Lamar.
When I talk top 5,
because
Lamar.
we gotta talk top. We gotta talk top 5 because every album, everybody that y'all name put out, their shit wasn't fire. So that's why I say I talk 5. I talk catalog. That's why it makes it easier. Because if we can do a top 5 album one day.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
and that'll be way fucking different.
Yeah. No,
because I couldn't say any one of Luda's albums, but I can say a little bit of piece of all of them.
Okay.
Especially his diss with slaughtered that.
Top 10.
And he slaughtered Drake.
Top 10.
He slaughtered Drake too.
Yeah.
But anyway,
top 10 best.
like I said, Luda.
Drake didn't respond.
Huh?
Drake didn't respond.
I don't think so.
Luda. Nobody really did.
No.
Luda, Wayne.
No.
Kendrick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And not Curveball, but a wild card, Crazy Bone.
Reason why I said
Kendrick.
Yeah, I
Crazy
on
Bone.
that one.
I love storytellers.
Yeah.
And just like Nas, and I think if y'all go back and listen to a lot of Crazy Bones, like Dummy Man stories.
Okay.
Crazy Bone was a dog.
And then that harmonizing
man.
I think like say he was a singer, rapper type of thing. Like
he was
that's
what
got
me
the
most prolific. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that's crazy.
That's 4. Let's see. Wait, Wayne, Luda, Wayne, Kendrick, Crazy.
I just didn't.
And like I said, I will for my 5th, and it's a sleeper. It ain't gonna be like no Jay-Z or whatever. Locally, I was a Chameleon.
He's my favorite local.
Man,
I love him before he retired.
Man,
I love him.
And when I say like in just music, like when you talk about catalog and the different types of songs he just made,
and
crazy.
I was late to him too.
Hooks and
I was late to him.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Talk about the golden
very
age
underrated.
of Houston.
Very underrated. And then just the fact like the dude how smart he is. Like I mean the fact that he's making so much money now
outside of music.
He took his ringtone money and invested.
But he was always talking about that.
True.
Yeah, but I remember what was it last year? I mean, he was clowning and said, "Where's this guy been? He's broke somewhere." And then
they had to put the
that meme.
Yeah, because he was sitting courtside with E40.
Yeah,
they had to put the meme like dude worth 15 million.
Right. What the fuck you mean?
Probably more than that now.
Easily. Yeah, now.
Yeah,
easily.
He's been trying to invest into a couple of tech companies and get off. I always admired his business sense. I think that's what drew me to him after. This is after Color Changing Click and all that. I didn't get into all that stuff because I was SUC. If it wasn't SUC, I'm loyal to my brands, man. I hate to.
No shit. You won't even listen to Nas because even though Nas didn't have beef with Pac still mentioned him in his songs, so you won't even listen to him.
Look, Nas could have changed his whole entire top 5, but he would not even listen to him because of his love for Pac.
Can we talk about Nas for a minute?
As long as we mention that song when he told the story and did it backwards.
Hey, that's
man.
That's what I was gonna. When he talked top storytellers, right?
Yes.
Scarface. So this is what someone tried to tell me earlier today. I'm gonna let you get to that. Somebody tried to tell me, Toby wasn't the best lyricist out of Houston. I was like, bro, like bar for bar, like what he raps about, I feel like he is, but he was like, well, what about Brad Jordan? I was like, bro, Face is Face. Face is dope, but Face told a lot of stories. Face did a different type of. He like, no, but Face had hard bars. I was like, name me one punchline. Name me one punchline that Face had that we can go back. Just give it to me. And he couldn't think of none. I was like, bro, I was talking punchlines and lyricists, bro. Like when it comes down to storytelling, I think Face and Nas, I think those dudes are at the top.
What about Ghostface?
At the top of their pedestal. I actually like Ghostface. Not my favorite Woo though. My favorite Woo was
Red Meth.
No, it was Ghost.
Red was in the Woo.
Huh?
Red was in the Woo.
No, Red wasn't. Redman wasn't.
Okay.
Who sang Ice Cream? Ghost, right?
No, Meth.
What was that, Raekwon?
Meth, right?
Butter Deluxe. That wasn't Meth.
That was the chef. Who's the chef?
Who was it? Raekwon
the chef. That was off the Purple Tape.
That was my guy. That's who I like. That was my favorite Woo.
And now we gotta start looking up shit.
No, I liked him. That was my favorite.
Okay, now
go ahead to your Nas shit.
Because like I've had this debate a long time. Because Carl always says that Nas is better than Jay-Z, and I always go, all right, nah.
I think they're different styles.
Here's my problem with Nas, and I'll say it just so it's on record, right? I love him, right? I do believe that his Illmatic when it dropped, it did change some things, right? I do think that for as long as he's been in the game, respect due, right? A lot of his things where he talks about, I guess his Afrocentrism.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think he needs to do his research, because sometimes the research is not on par. And when you're that person and you take that stance as the educated brother in the room, going to educate all the little kids, right? Mm-hmm. Like I feel that, right? Because that's always how he's been. Like if that was some fake ass shit, I'd be like, all right, that's cool. But he's not always right. And because a lot of people take his word as gospel, because he is a smart brother. Smart, right? Very well read, has his own thought on things, right? So like I feel him. I always support him. But man, if you're gonna be that beacon, then you gotta be correct.
And I get that. See, I don't know what.
No,
I didn't do any research on his lyrics, but I like the fact how he can drop
exactly
history lessons on a track.
Yeah,
I respect that because no other artist really does that on a consistent level as him.
I think that he will be studied later on, and many writers. Because I think all rappers, if they make their own,
that makes him a great. That makes him a great. It makes him a great artist, but that doesn't make him an easy listen when he does that a lot.
Yeah, well, he's not a fun artist.
Yeah,
no.
He'll even sit there and say, I don't want you to dance to my shit in a club. Yeah. That's why Uchiwala failed so much.
Was that Ye Nas album good?
Well, Hate Me Now was commercial.
You know what? I think that was very underrated album. I think lyrically it was a good album.
Street Dreams was commercial. Like he had some commercial cuts.
No, I'm talking about dance commercial.
Commercial and dance.
But the Bravehearts was fire. I thought that was dope.
No, man, he never ever.
I'm talking about songs that white girls get drunk to and dance to.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hear some. Hey man, I'm crunk on that Nas.
Yeah, the only one you know is Uchiwali. Like if you go to a sorority girl and say name a Nas song, she'll say Uchiwali.
Yeah.
She won't.
Who is Nas?
She won't name.
Nasir. Yeah.
She won't name.
No, man, that's Illmatic.